good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar?
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spread. Qunari learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages. Your Templar's doing good work.
You sound like you want to head down there and give...
Nah, I'm no good at command unless I know who my guys are sleeping with and what they like to drink. Inquisition's already too large for that. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the... You've got no leader. No Inquisitor.
And maybe we need one. I'd be willing.
You? Huh. Why you?
Nobody else seems to be stepping forward, and since I can seal rifts, I'm here whether I like... If it proved necessary to have an Inquisitor, I could make a go of it.
For a second there, you sounded like a Qunari. My people don't pick leaders from the strongest, or the smartest. We pick the ones willing to make the hard decisions, and live with the consequences. Who knows? Maybe you sealed the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all.
You think?
It could happen. What can I do for you?
I'd like to know more about your work.
Ben Hasrath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our terror. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. And then you've got the spies.
How do the re-educate...
Well, I only know the basics. What keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
You can alter someone's beliefs that easily.
One of my friends was a re-educator. He said that when you examine a memory, you're turning to that page. Write a few notes in the margins of the page. Erase a... Always felt a little weird reading after that conversation.
And you're a spy?
Close. I am now, I suppose. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight, and that whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal-Vasha, and in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
You seem like the type who enjoys...
There's a good fight, and there's finding out who put rat poison in the bread. And I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince or the... One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
Not many people would have the courage.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't get... The Ben Hasrath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal-Vashath. That's how I ended up here.
Thanks for the information.
No problem, but... Anyway... What can I do for you?
So how did you get the name Iron Bull?
We don't have names under the Q. Just... I don't know. When I came to Orlais, I chose the Iron Bull for myself.
Why specifically Iron...
This may surprise you, but also, it's the Iron Bull, technically. It makes it sound like I'm not even a person, just a mindless... That really works for me.
I'd like to know more about the...
You writing a book?
What I've heard about them...
What you've heard? All right. What do you want to know?
The word Qunari.
Both. The humans and elves who follow the Qun. The Qunari who break away from the Qun are Tal-Vasha, deserters.
What about Qunari who exist?
The people we came from. They're called the Kossith, but we don't use... We came south to Thedas because the Kossith were... But I don't expect they look much like us, whatever they are.
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Qunari...
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two Can you imagine Solus trying his fade dreaming under the Cune? Or both Sarah and Varric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated, drugged until that... So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
Come on, you've seen our numbers. Most of them should be pulling clouds.
Didn't all grow up with fancy noble horses, Arnsberg?
Make her look at it. So much easier to ignore when it's far away, and to actually walk out of it. To be that close.
If I hadn't been saved by Inquisition soldiers...
Inquisition soldiers? I have to admit, I thought you...
Human?
Yes.
Being upfront is better than knife.
It was a foolish thought. Should have known better. It's what you do and how you... Just one question then. How do you think you fit in with all this?
It's been a whirlwind. It's hard to say.
I guess we'll have to fix... For me, I'll be satisfied so long as we find the bastards. They owe us some answers. I've heard rumors of abandoned warden camps all over the... If we have time, I'd like to take a look. See if there's anything we can salvage.
Nothing right now.
Good. Another time, then. Another time, then. Many refugees.
Has Cassandra spoken to you about my new recruits?
They are not your recruits, Commander. They're ours. Let's see what we have.
All right. All right.
Let us begin.
We don't have the manpower to take the castle. Either we find another way in, or give up this nonsense and go and get the Templars.
Redcliffe is in the hands of a Magister.
The letter from Alexius asked for the Herald of Andraste by name. It's an obvious trap.
Isn't that kind of him? What does
He's so complimentary that we are certain he wants to kill you. Not this again.
Redcliffe Castle is one of the most defensible fortresses in Ferelden. It is If you go in there, you'll die. And we'll lose the only means we have of closing...
And if we don't even try to meet Alexius, we lose the mages and leave a hostile Even if we could assault the keep, it would be for no... An Orlesian Inquisition's army marching into Ferelden would...
The Magister...
has outplayed us. The Magister's son, Felix, told me Alexius is in a cult that's I doubt they'll graciously receive our apologies and go about their business.
There will remain a threat and a power...
We cannot accept defeat now. There must be a solution.
Where is the Jarl of Redcliffe? I'm sure he'd help it.
After he was displaced, Arl Tegan rode straight for... I doubt he'll want our assistance once the Ferelden army... Wait. There is a secret passage into the castle. An escape... It's too narrow for our troops, but we could send agents.
Too risky. Those agents will be discovered.
That's why we need a distraction. Perhaps...
While they're focused on Llewellyn, we break the Magister's defenses.
Fortunately, you'll have help.
This man says he has information about the Magister and his method.
Your spies will never get past Alexius's magic without my help. So if you'll go...
The plan puts you in the most danger. We can't in good... We can still go after the Templars if you'd rather not play the bait. Announce us.
The invitation was for Master Llewellyn only. The rest of you must wait here.
If my friends can't enter, then I won't go in either.
My Lord Magister, the agents of the Inquisition have arrived.
My friend, it's so good to see you again. And your associates, of course. I'm sure we can work out some arrangement that is equitable to all parties.
Are we mages to have no voice in deciding our fate?
Fiona, you would not have turned your followers over to my care if you did not trust me with their lives.
If the Grand Enchanter wants to be part of these talks, then I welcome her as a guest of the Inquisition.
Thank you.
The Inquisition needs mages to close the breach, and I have them. So, what shall you offer in exchange?
Actually, I hoped you could tell me about these Venatori I'm hearing.
Now, where could you have heard?
I told him.
Felix, what have you done?
Your son is concerned that you're involved in something.
So speaks the thief. Do you think you can turn my... You walk into my stronghold with your stolen mark, a gift you don't even understand, and think you're in... You're nothing but a mistake.
If I'm a mistake, what exactly was the breach supposed...
It was to be a triumphant moment for the Elder One. For this...
Father, listen to yourself. Do you know what you sound like?
He sounds exactly like the sort of villainous cliché everyone expects us to be.
Dorian, I gave you a chance to be a part. The Elder One has power you would not believe. He will raise the Imperium from its own ashes.
Blah blah, my cult is better than yours. I've heard it 1,000 times.
Well, you know, it's a chance for the Imperium to really one-up that whole stuff.
He will make the world bow to mages once more. We will rule from the Boric Ocean.
You can't involve my people in this.
Alexius, this is exactly what you and I talked about never wanting to happen. Why would you support this?
Stop it, Father. Give up the Venatori. Let the Southern...
No, it's the only way, Felix. He can save you.
Save me?
There is a way. The Elder One...
I'm going to die. You need to accept that.
Seize them, Venatori. The Elder One demands this man's life.
Your men are dead, Alexius.
You are a mistake. You should never have existed.
Blood of the Elder One. Where'd they come from?
It's probably not what Alexius intended. The rift must...
The last thing I remember, we were in the castle hall. Let's see.
If we're still in the castle, it isn't. Oh, of course, it's not simply where, it's when. Alexius used the amulet as a focus. It moved us through time.
Did we go forward in time or back?
Those are excellent. Let's look around, see where the rift took us. Then we can figure out how to get back. If we can.
Then let's go.
I'm right behind you.
Alexius has made a dreadful mess of this place, hasn't he?
I didn't see this part of the castle.
It was covered in the tackiest carvings of wolves and dogs I'd ever seen. This is not an improvement.
Andraste blessed me, and my tears are my Andraste guide.
One down!
Andraste, have mercy. You shouldn't be here. The dead should rest in peace.
It's really me. And I'm definitely not dead.
I was there. I saw you fall. Alexius' spell left...
You skipped over too much. Look at the poor man. Alexius' spell didn't kill us. It
would in time. I don't understand.
If we get to Alexius, we can go back to the moment...
Maybe I've just gone mad. Then this... Everything I've been through, everything about this nightmare, is a mistake.
I should have been here.
Now I know I've gone mad. You can't imagine the things that happened after you died. The Elder One had the Orlesian Empress killed. And in the chaos that followed, the Inquisition was crushed. Anyone who refused to convert was killed. There's nothing left out there. I hope you're right.
300 bottles of beer on the wall. 300 bottles of beer. Take one down, pass it around. Ugh. You're not dead. You're supposed to be dead. There was a burn on the ground and everything.
Alexius didn't kill us. His spell sent us...
Well, it's my present, and in my past, I definitely saw you both die.
Well, I'm no more dead than you.
Ugh. Now dead and not dead are...
This conversation has taken a turn for the moronic. Just come with us.
Why? You want to see what other tricks he's learned?
If we find him, we might be able to get back to our own time and stop...
Kill Alexius. Sounds good.
From what I've heard the guards say, Alexius never leaves the throne room these days.
disappear into the rift.
I don't understand. What's happened to you?
Red lyrium. It's a disease. The longer you're near it, eventually.
Can you tell us the date? It's very
Harvest Mir.
942? Then we've missed an entire year.
I must have missed out on a lot during...
You must. Alexius serves the Elder One, more powerful than the Maker. No one...
I promise. I will do everything in my power.
Our only hope is to find the amulet that Alexius... If it still exists, I can use it to reopen the rift.
Good.
I said, maybe. It might also turn us into...
You must... Your spy master, Leliana. Quickly, before the...
If red lyrium is an infection... Maker, why is it coming out of the walls?
Are you sure you want to find out?
Back me up!
Damn, I needed a good fight.
I almost feel nostalgic.
Elder One has taken all that is his and will soon rule from his city. Too slow! You're not giving up this fight!
Where was your maker when you needed him most?
Tell me how Lavella knew of the sacrifice at the temple.
Never.
You will break.
I will die first. Or you will. You're alive.
You're safe now.
Forget safe. If you came back from the dead, you need to do better than safe. You need to end this. Do you have weapons? Good. The Majesty...
You aren't curious how we got...
No.
Alexius sent us into the future. This, his victory, his Elder One, it was never meant to be.
I'm so sorry for everything.
We have to reverse his spell. If we can get back to our present time...
And mages always wonder why people... No one should have this power.
It's dangerous and unpredictable.
Enough. This is all pretend to you. Some future you hope will never... I suffered. The whole world's...
What happened while we were away?
Stop talking.
I'm just asking for information.
No, you're talking to fill silence. Nothing happened that you want to hear.
We need to find Alexius. I'm sure he'll be in the nicer part of the castle, if there is one.
The Magister needs more power for his rituals.
No!
Come forth and serve the Elder One.
Alexius can't have wanted this.
The breach!
It's everywhere.
Shit. You could fit a lot of demons through that thing.
Why did he do that? We could have helped him. We will help him by making sure this never happens. He resisted that demon to the last. What became of Felix? Do you know?
Yes. I'm...
And you're not... to tell me?
You'll find out soon enough.